Hi guys, it's Kieran from Future Devils here, and today we are going to be doing a tier system list for Manchester United youth prospects. We have five different categories, as you can see on the screen now, which range from world beater all the way to won't make it. These are my personal opinions. You may have something different, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first player we've got on the list is James Garner. Now, James Garner has played really well this year for Notts Forest, and a lot of United fans are actually calling for him to be back in the United side next season. He's out on loan, he'll be back next year. I personally think he's a brilliant player. He's got a keen eye for a pass, and he can certainly break up play. The times he's featured against Premier League clubs this season, he's been phenomenal. I think it will certainly make it, and he is my first one in the future star category. So next up, we have Hannibal Mejbri, and he's another one that has been sensational this season, not just for United's youth teams, but he's also been given the opportunity for internationally for Tunisia. He's played in cups and probably been one of their star men throughout. He's another one. There's been talk whether he should be breaking through to the first team pretty soon. I personally think he should be again. The quality of our midfielders at the moment, I can't see too much differentiation to Hannibal. So that is also why he'll be joining Garner in the future star category. The next one, a familiar face for people who watched the first team of United already, is Anthony Elanga. Obviously, he's broke through this year and shone in a first team shirt. He's also been had his reward performances. He's been called up for Sweden. Alanga, tricky winger, has a keen eye for goal. Really, really good on that left hand side. I also think he'll probably make it as well. He'll be in the first team for years to come. I'm going to go again, future star. Now, the next one on the list is a bit of a strange one. We've got Amad Diallo. So with Diallo, he was bought for United for quite a large sum of money. I think it was around the region of £36 million. He was dubbed a boy wonder at Atalanta. He was playing first team football there quite regularly. He has featured in a red shirt quite often until he needed some more game time. Obviously, the introduction of Jadon Sancho this year and our plethora of wingers means that he wasn't playing and he needs that time to progress. So the move to Rangers was a good one. However, he hasn't really been performing there either. He's been sometimes left out the side. So that leads me to believe that he might not be as good as first form, which is a shame because I think he's a bright prospect. I still think he'll have a decent career, but I ultimately think he'll go down as an average player. Now, next up, we have uh, Charlie Savage, who is Robbie Savage's son. Now, he has made a first team appearance for United this season in Europe. He came on for the last sort of 15 minutes in one of the group stage games. From what I've seen of him at a youth level, he's got a keen eye for a pass. He's decent at breaking up play, can tackle. However, he lacks in pace, kind of like his dad. And I'm not too sure if, depending on how he sort of builds himself physically in the next couple of years, it's going to be a real struggle to see him actually progress further than what he is. Um, so personally, for that reason, I've got to put him down in the won't make it category. I just don't. I think there's probably better footballers out there. I think he might end up at sort of like a League One, League Two side, but for Manchester United specific, he won't make it. Next up, we have a fullback, one of the Spanish lads, Mark Gerardo. He's been a consistent feature in the under 23 squad this season. Very, very solid fullback. Can cross a ball, got a decent bit of pace about him, quite technically gifted. The problem with fullbacks at that level is, they're all sort of similarly talented. Um, there's been talk of him maybe coming in with United's right back problems. But again, it's hard to say because it's so early in his development. Um, so that for that reason, I'll probably just have him in the uncertain category. Now, the next player is one of my favourites and probably the one that I think is going to go furthest on this list is Alejandro Garnacho. Now, he's just been called up to Argentina's first team squad. He'll be playing with the likes of Lionel Messi, Angel Di Maria. He's knocking about with the big boys. He's been absolutely sensational this season for United's youth teams. He's been in the Youth Cup. He's been integral to their road to the final, scoring goals left, right, and centre. He is absolutely brilliant, and I genuinely believe that this kid has the brightest future. So for that reason, he is going to be my first in the world beater category. The next up is a player that has featured first team football again. It's Shola Shoretiri. Now, with Shola, he reminds me sort of an Angel Gomez type player for United. Quite nimble, quite nifty, uh, quite tricky, knows how to pick a pass, but it's undeniable that his physicality is going to be a problem, especially for Premier League football. It's a very strange one with him because it's whether the technical abilities outweigh the physical abilities. Right now, I can't see him featuring for United anytime soon. For the performances I've seen with him, he looks too tentative on the ball. He does know how to find a pass, and he is a bit of a nifty player. However, there's so many players in the world out there like that, and if you have to, if you're at that height and that position, you have to be, absolutely unbelievable technically to make up for it. So for that reason, with Shola, I'm not going to put him in the won't make it, but I'll put him in uncertain because I genuinely am uncertain. Um, the next player on the list is a player that's out on loan now for United, Tiden Mengi. He's a very well established centre half. He's a big lad, quite quick, quite strong. However, there's been no sort of talk of him pushing through to the first team. Subsequently, he's been dished out on loan. In regards to Mengi, I think he's going to be one of them centre backs. He's probably going to be knocking about the Championship and League One. He'll be half decent. He'll be regarded as a good team player, and he will play first team football probably for the majority of his career. However, I'm uncertain as to whether he will be a future star or will be. For that reason, he's going into average player. Next up, third to last on our list is Hugill. He's one of the strikers for the under 18s and 23s squad. He has had a very good goal scoring season. He scored some great goals in some big games. Again, it's hard at that level to say whether they'll push through. Obviously, with United, they do need a striker. With Ronaldo underperforming this season and Cavani being just away from action half the time, it'd be interesting to see if maybe when the new manager comes in, he'll bring him through. For now, I can't say really. I think he will probably be a good player. He's a good goal scorer. He's got a keen eye for goal. But saying that, I'm not too sure how far he'll actually go. So again, he's going into uncertain. Now, the penultimate player on the list is Alvaro Fernandez, another one of the Spanish fullbacks, this time on the left-hand side. Again, him and Gerardo this season have been very, very comfortable for the under 23s. Two of the first names on the team sheet, to be fair, each week. They both possess similar attributes, quite pacey, quite tricky, know how to put a good cross in. I think in regards to Fernandez, he will become a decent left back at an alright level, but he will be nothing more than a average player. So we come to the final player on our list, and that is Zidane Iqbal. And there's been a lot of hype around this guy. A lot of people are saying he's in the same sort of caliber as sort of Hannibal and even Garner. And they're saying that the talent he possesses is monumental, and they'll go far. I'm yet to see that in sort of the games I've watched him in. He's quite a tricky player. He's got a good touch on him. But again, it's hard to say at this stage because he's so young and he's still developing. But he shows a lot of technical attributes that will show that he could be a decent player in the future. So for that reason, I am going to put him in the average player. So that's about all from me. That's been Kieran from Future Devils. Make sure you check out all of our content and bye.